Hello, welcome back to another JBHL game. Tonight we're doing the All-Star game, which should be a very interesting night tonight. We have North versus South, a lot of big names going out tonight. Um, let's go rundown of the teams here. Uh, the starters, at least for Team North, should be DeBrando in net, Splice Prime, Chaotic Lemon, Imperial, TBH Silence, Ham, and Dragon Ball Z, which all should be pretty pretty interesting to watch. I'd keep my eye out for Splice Prime tonight for that North team, and DeBrando in net should be a rock for this North Division team in general. South Division, they also got a really good goalie in net, Gillen. They got 2 stars in Penix and Kev out from Minnesota. Black Lamau, It's Gray, Puppets Blade, Shududdy Gut. I think there was a couple of rotations out here for starters and substitutions. But I really think this North team should win tonight. What are your thoughts here, Sheep?
Honestly, I think seeing all these players out on the ice like this, I just get really excited. I've been spending a lot of time just working on some of these rankings and really watching these games back and just seeing how talented so many of these players are. I think a lot of times this All-Star game, it's a little bit of fun for both sides. Just, the best players being able to duke it out against each other, and I think that's what it's going to be tonight. I'm hoping to see some star plays, I'm hoping to see some amazing saves, and I'm hoping to see a bunch of players having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, last season, the All-Star game was also very interesting to watch. And I think this season it's going to be very, very, I guess, strange. A lot of these players have never played with each other, and a lot of them are team players, so you should be watching a lot of passes, a lot of plays, a lot of setups. As this period will actually be starting right now. The first line out for, I believe, the North Division, the South Division, is It's Gray and Panix. The other one being TBH Silence and Imperial. Imperial playing the puck up, trying to get past Panix here. He blocks the puck to keep it into the offensive zone. He looks for a shot, almost the first of the game, as Imperial takes a shot and Gillen has to stop it. Imperial looking for another pass out to slot, but he can't get it off as that'll be hit away by It's Gray. It's Gray looking for the counterattack. He gets a shot on net. DeBrando easily gloves it and sends it to the corner. Imperial looking to get it out of his own end. It's Gray back checking him, trying to get it up himself. A little bit of hits there, a little bit of scrappiness, but it isn't called. TBH Silence hitting that puck to keep it away from Panix as a shot opportunity for TBH Silence appears. He pots it off the post and it goes in the back of the net as a horrible clearance attempt is blocked. And that will be a beautiful post abuse for TBH Silence as he pots the first of the All-Star game.
Yeah, definitely rough for Gillen right there. TBH Silence just finds a hole, gets it off the post. Really hard for any goalie to block that shot. One thing that I find really interesting that I wanted to talk about earlier is actually looking at some of the analysts' perspective on some of these players. I think a name that I want to bring up that people have been rating very highly recently is It's Gray. A lot of people have been looking at this player who's been kind of bouncing around from team to team, finally settling down, I believe, on the Tampa Bay Bullfrogs. And man, has he looked fantastic, and the analysts agree.
Yeah, I mean, he did let up that first goal tonight, but he has been great this season. A very good counter opportunity player. Breakaway chance almost for Gamer Geek as he almost gets the second for this North team, as he and Chaotic Lemon will be out for this North team here against Adam RC and Puppets Blade. Adam RC playing it to the corner, trying to get it out for his team as a 2-on-1 opportunity appears, but Chaotic Lemon is easily able to hit that away as that pass is a little short. Chaotic Lemon trying to take it up himself. Adam RC getting it back into his own corner. Getting it up a little bit, but unable to get past Chaotic Lemon as he hits it back into the offensive zone for another chance at it. A little bit of scruffiness here along the boards as Puppets Blade gets it back to the offensive zone, trying to get a play out for his teammate here. Looks for a pass, gets a little weak. A shot on the net, but that hits the post. DeBrando getting another glove there as that will kill it for this North team as they go for a line change to get 2 new players out on the ice, Dragon Ball Z and Ham. Dragon Ball Z on forward, Ham on defense. Dragon Ball Z has usually played defense for Chilliwack, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, if I could speak a little bit on Ham, I think one thing that I really love to see about Ham is the amount of love that he's been getting recently. I think that as the solo star for that Nordiques team, he's been looking fantastic all season. Ham is just this absolute monster of a player that has been kind of kneecapped a little bit by the struggles of the Nordiques in general. But man, when you see Ham playing at their best, Ham can just kill people.
Ham has been a very very interesting player this season. To also add on to that, he hasn't had much help. He almost gets a shot opportunity here. He just hits a little wide of the net. Um, he's been a really good counter-attack, player for this Quebec Nordiques team. He's really been the only star they've actually had. He's just been phenomenal. A little bit of a pass opportunity there, just goes a little too deep as Panix looks for a pass to It's Gray, but it's unfortunately too far. A little bit of shot opportunities here in the offensive zone for the South team, but nothing being generated as an offsides will be called and a line change will appear as TBH Silence and Imperial are back on the ice, being matched up against Xander and Adam RC12. Xander has also been a very impressive character this season. He didn't make much of a splash rather than being the best fifth man last season, but he's really been coming out of his shell, and this is definitely another game where he might be able to do that for his South Division team here as he takes it back to the corner. TBH Silence getting it though, trying to look for an opportunity here, looking for a pullback move that gets hit off by Xander. Xander looking for a shot opportunity, takes it, hits it to DeBrando though, and a little bit of a chance there, but Adam RC cannot get the tap in. Imperial passing out of his own zone, getting it to TBH Silence. Can TBH Silence get a scoring chance here? Xander trying to block it, but it gets past. Another shot opportunity for this North Division team as this line of TBH Silence and Imperial have been dominant. TBH Silence is also a very interesting player this season. He's been traded from Minnesota to Chilliwack, and he's definitely made a big splash, second in points in this league. And he's really showing his offensive talents tonight, able to get that first goal for the North Division team as he looks for a second here, but he hits a little too far, going around the net instead, electing to get that line change off. Hitting it a little too far up, though, but that chance will not be punished by this South Division team. Gamer Geek trying to put it back up into the offensive zone. Xander getting another chance here. TBH Silence having to basically back out of his line change. He stays on for a little bit longer as maybe they're trying to punish, but South Division Panix might be able to get the chance here, but he can't as he hits it into Brando. Another big player this season being traded to Minnesota in that deal for TBH Silence is Panix. He's been playing phenomenally on defense and offense. Really a player to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I was really surprised when I saw Panix doing the things that he did on the Mallards, because initially it started off really rough. If you remember that game in week 4, the Mallards actually lost that one, or it looked very, very shaky from them against the Chilliwack Chiefs, who I thought was going to be a much weaker team. But then Panix in that very next week just absolutely pops off. He gets 10 goals in the span of 3 games. He looks like an absolute monster. This Mallards team looks like one of the favorites going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of really good, talented players, but it's just a question of their depth. But I think they have a lot of it too. So
I mean, you're literally talking about lines of like Panix, It's Kevout, Xander. Like, it's ridiculous how much talent this Mallards team has.
I'm not gonna glaze myself, but I think the only other team that has that much depth is Chilliwack.
Well, definitely some opinions.
An opportunity here for Puppets Blade.
Oh!
He gets it as it ties the game. That was a horrible defensive play by this North Division team, bunching up into the blue line of the offensive zone, letting the other player just cherry pick it as Puppet Blade gets his first of this All-Star game, and DeBrando lets it in. That was just a bad play, really.
Might have been some of your Chilliwack players out on that ice too, but either way, I think Puppets Blade.
I don't think so.
I want to talk a little bit about Puppets Blade being great for the Lobsters. I think, like, as much as the Lobsters they are not in these playoffs, I think Puppets Blade has been this consistent option that has kind of been surrounded by chaos in the Lobsters organization. So I'm really glad to see them play in this All-Star game.
I think that was Gamer Geek and Chaotic Lemon on the ice for that.
Okay.
I had to double check. I heard Chilliwack player, and I was
just gotta talk a little bit. I gotta talk a little bit. You know me.
Yeah, I gotta know if my player let that one up. There would have been some choice words.
No, but about that first period, I think that it has been kind of a back and forth battle. I'm really surprised. I think that initial goal from TBH Silence, just hitting it off that post, and then the defensive lapse that just lets Puppets Blade let the finishing shine through. I think both these teams are looking super even. I think both of these teams are looking super relaxed, and I think it's been a really fun game so far.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have been playing very well. I'm going to point out that DeBrando's been playing very well. He's been playing well all season. That's the only other star on that Quebec team. But tonight he's showing another different type of player, showing that no matter what, he can still play his same level of game, even up against the best of the best that JBHL has to offer. He's been doing very well tonight. Only letting in 1 goal on 7 shots, and they haven't been easy shots. There's been some tough ones that he's had to save, some breakaway chances here. Um, but I really do think that the North team here has a lot of momentum their way. One of the big offensive players that I've noticed has been TBH Silence, and honest to God, I think that North Division line one is the best one on the ice right now of TBH Silence and Imperial. Imperial being a very good counterattacking defenseman, uh, playing phenomenally for the Huskies, able to get that team that doesn't really have much anymore, rather than him and Gamer Geek to the playoffs. And he's just been phenomenal.
And if I could just jump in for a second, something interesting to point out about about this goalie matchup is that Gillen and DeBrando are facing each other in the playoffs. The Loons and the Nordiques, they're going up against each other. These have been the number 1, number 2 ranked goalies basically all season, and it's really interesting to kind of see this beginning little taster before the main course of playoffs round 1.
Yeah, I mean these are two very very talented goalies, and I think that if we're really gonna look out for any goalies rather than maybe, I mean, there's a couple, but these are basically the only two that are really superstars. As we go down to the ice to see them play another period, Imperial getting that puck out for his team. He almost gets past Puppet's Blade. He can't really. A chance here as he gets it up for his team. TBH Silence taking it over in the offensive zone, trying to go for a pullback move. Adam RC getting that back check though. Adam RC12 trying to pass it up, and he does get it past a little bit, but TBH Silence is there to kind of stop it. Another shot opportunity there for Puppet's Blade, but DeBrando easily stops that as it's hit right into his chest. Puppet's Blade looking for another chance here. Easily hit away. Oh, TBH Silence in the front of the net. Can he get this breakaway chance? He does, but can he score on it? No, he cannot. A little bit of a miscalculation there. Oh, almost a beautiful shot though from the corner as that almost went in. Glove being made there by Gillen to keep it out. TBH Silence hitting it back, not communicating well with his teammate though, as that is let up for that puck. Puppet's Blade trying to look for a pass here or a shot. Imperial and TBH Silence bunching though, as Imperial keeps it for the line change.
Another player that I wanted to point out just for a second, I think Adam RC12 has been one of the most underrated players so far. If you check the stat sheet, you will not see a whole lot of Adam RC12 love, but that does not even go an inch to try to describe the amount of value that this guy has had for the Loons. Just such a great two-way player, defensive stronghold, offensive option. I mean, he can do everything on the ice.
Oh, that goes through to Brando. It's a long line and that'll go in. That was an own goal for DeBrando. That was a weird shot. That went through him. He pushed him though.
Yeah, it might be called back, but that was a really bummer shot too, because I know that exact feeling as a goalie when you're trying to hit it out of the net, but because these nets are made of fence posts, they have just a little bit of a hookup on them. So when you try to hit it out on the very corner of the post, the puck won't go out because it's getting blocked by the post. Those shots, those clears.
You should know about bringing up the fence post thing with me. Ooh, you remember that.
Look, okay? One thing, look, okay? It was a season ago, okay? We don't need to talk about
it. There is no challenge there on the play as the puck will go back up for this North team as they look to rebound off of that chance there that was unfortunately let in. Adam Marcy, sorry, not Adam Marcy, that very similar stance. It's Gray trying to take it up now, but Kealik Lemon back check and get over it still. It's Gray looking for another shot opportunity, saved by DeBrando. Another shot saved by DeBrando as that rebound attempt was stopped dead in its tracks. That was a beautiful save. Kealik Lemon trying to take it over himself. Kealik Lemon with a chance here. He P1s it instead of P3ing it, and that shot is just not going anywhere near the back of the net. Glennon looking for a pass to his teammate, though he hits it a little wide. Well, a little short and then a little wide. Xander and Glennon fighting for it. Xander with a breakaway chance here, but he whiffs on the puck. He whiffs on it again. He whiffs on it a third time as he can't shoot it. Game Geek able to get that puck off as a line change will happen. Ham on the ice again for this North Division team. He's been playing pretty well. FDWZ on for the South Division. And a play blown dead by the ref.
Well, maybe, as we figure out this call on the ice.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Misclicked.
It may have been a tragic misclick. You know what? Honestly, maybe this is it might not be an all-star game for the refereeing talent, but hey, at least I think a lot of players, they're showing off a lot of skills. And I'm excited to see FDWZ out on that ice. FDWZ, after that trade that sent them away from the Loons to the Bullfrogs, I'm excited to see what they can do in the playoffs.
Panic's trying to get Mickey on the ice here. Trying to get up to FDWZ. I want to point out something though. You don't really see as much. Oh my God! Dragon Ball Z with a shot off of Panic's pullback.
Dude, what a smart shot from Dragon Ball Z.
That was very smart.
Gillen absolutely, positively thought that was going far. That shot goes far side 9 times out of 10. Dragon Ball Z knows that, and he shoots close side. That's the side that should be the strongest. That's the side that Gillen should have locked down. But because it's so unexpected, because it's so out of nowhere, and because there's just that tiny little gap that you leave open as a goalie positioning there, it just goes through. Man, that's a beautiful shot from Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, and you know what's even crazier?
What is crazy?
Because of so what he did there. Dragon Ball Z was in Blue Heart's P3 because Panix pulled it back and he used the momentum of the pullback to make it go further.
All that.
That was a very smart play. One second. You take over.
Absolutely. Pranex, Ham, both trying to fight it out, but Dragon Ball Z is going to be able to grab control, running it back forward. Now Panex still battling for it, still in the corner, still trying to get it out of their own zone, trying to find that pass up to FDWZ, but Dragon Ball causing all sorts of problems, trying to go for the pullback. That corner tech not going to work this time because Panex has control, but Dragon Ball Z just takes it away again, takes another shot, but this time Gillen, wise to the words and wise to the whisperings of Dragon Ball Z, he's going to be able to block that one down. Now Pranex passes up to FDWZ. That's a shot opportunity, and it's a P3 Blue Hearts in the face of the Brando. Nothing you can do about that. And FDWZ celebrating. I talk about nothing you can do about that. It's actually another quirk of this engine. I just wanted to say, what happened is that FDWZ ran it up and took a Blue Hearts P3 right in the face of the Brando, and as any goalie knows, that puck goes directly through your hitbox. You can do nothing to stop it.
Jeez.
Yep.
Seems like I missed a good one.
It was a bit of a banger.
Anywho, technically this is really interesting. I mean, talking about first round matchups, 2 players for the South and 2 players for the North have scored for that first round matchup of Chiefs and TBB.
Ooh, that's so true.
It's Gray and FDWZ scoring for South, TBH and Dragon Ball for North.
If I can just talk a little bit about that TBB versus Chiefs matchup, that has kind of been historically the matchup that everybody's the most excited about because it feels so close. Both of these teams on the cutting edge of the JBHL, both of these teams looking so strong, and both of these teams are going to absolutely just have some aggressive, just fighting it out. This is some real aggressive hockey that we're going to be seeing in that matchup.
I don't know, man. I have faith in my guys. I'm just going to say that.
Just wait until
I think our lineup is
come out, okay?
I think our lineup is better.
Ooh, well, there are opinions.
Yeah.
Unbiased source, of course, coming out from Ginger Boy here.
Yeah, a very unbiased, totally. A little bit of a pullback move as TBH almost gets past both these defenders, but he can't get past the second one. Puppets Blade getting a chance here. Imperial having to back check and get that puck into the corner. And he does. Imperial and Puppets Blade fighting in this corner here, getting it out a little bit. Imperial looking for that pass as he does his usual P1 orange move. He gets a shot off on that, but it goes straight to the net. Yep. And that'll be period. I have to do, I have to go help my granddad with something, take over.
You are all good. Second period coming to a close. Third starting in about a minute and a half. And I want to just speak really quickly about how good I feel all these players are playing. I mean, this is kind of a consistency factor in the All-Star game. You're seeing the best of the best. These are the players that have shined the brightest during this season of JBHL, and I love the All-Star game for that reason. It feels like a really casual, really fun scrim where people are willing to go for the crazy stuff. They're willing to go for these intense shots. They're willing to just ball out a little bit, have a little bit of fun, and I think it just means that everybody gets time to shine. I think that it's really interesting to see how these players match up against each other, especially going into those first round of playoffs. That's kind of looming over everyone. That starts next week, and it's going to continue into the week after those first round. A couple have already been scheduled. More will be coming up soon. You can see some of these players, East and West, both squads looking so strong. One name that we haven't talked about a lot is the Chaotic Lemons. Kind of another Ham situation where it feels like Chaotic Lemon is the only real stats man on the Alaska Aces, quite like Ham on the Nordiques. But man, Chaotic Lemon been so fantastic this season. I think that for a very long time, people have seen Chaotic Lemon as this kind of unk of the league, always there, never quite good enough to be a star. Well, they're good enough to be a star this season. They have shown so much consistent improvement game after game, time after time, bringing their team into the playoffs, yanking them by the straps of their shirt into this playoffs scene, and especially with this new Alaska Aces team, new ownership, new players, everything about this Aces team is changing so soon to the playoffs. It's a question of, is it going to work? Is this going to work? Because if these players can really gel with Chaotic Lemon, if they can gel with the new keeper, Mushy Fan, I think this Alaska Aces team could be seriously dangerous. But again, it's just a question of mesh. It's a question of fit. As our third period will commence. Breakdown, East versus West. Both teams going to be stepping back out on the ice. Goalies as well. Going to have a little bit of fun. Looks like one goalie is a little bit missing in action. But you know what? Hey, we're playing. We're balling either way. It's Gray. It's going to be facing off against GamerGeek. But GamerGeek going to win that face-off to Brando. Left the game. Is Gillen gone too? What is happening? The goals are wide open. I just saw... I am having moments right now. DeBrando has left. He might have returned. Oh, look at DeBrando. They're all celebrating the return of the old man DeBrando, a almost clear favorite for Vezina winner who has been absolutely phenomenal in the back half of the season. DeBrando carrying his team to the playoffs. It's so nice to see him finally get back on the ice. But you can see the shot differential. I believe this has been the West team. The West team has just been dominating the shot category after that first kind of went the East way. GamerGeek and Chaotic Lemon jumping around the ice. The bench doesn't really look like a bench. I mean, Imperil, Ham, TBH Silence, these are all first round pick starters, no question about it. They're all ballers on this bench, but we're all balling. As Dragon Ball Z has some words for It's Gray. It's Gray, though, just not interested in this interaction. Dragon Ball Z trying their best to do a little bit of antagonizing, a little bit of friendly trash talk, but It's Gray is stoic as ever. Man stands forward as Xander stands behind them. I wanted to talk a little bit about Xander because the story of Xander has been really interesting. I mean, Xander was part of the resurgence of the Huskies team that did make it to the playoffs in that 8th seed, but Xander did get traded, and that was the thing that really surprised me because Xander was such a key part, used to be playing alongside Imperial. It was that Xander-Imperial duo that was really dominant for the Huskies that really brought back this team into contention, but then they trade off Xander, and now Xander is off playing for the Mallards, if you could believe it. The Minnesota Mallards, who did not need more talent, by the way. The Minnesota Mallards, who were already an amazing team, chock full of these amazing players. They did not need more talent, but then they got Xander as like the greatest fourth man, and It's Gray just takes a easy shot from the blue line. Everybody watching in awe as It's Gray just rips one right past DeBrando. I don't know what you expect to happen. DeBrando trying his best to glove that, and why are we celebrating like this is the best goal you've ever seen? It's Gray crouching aggressively on this ice as we wait for the face-off to commence. It looks like the third period is broken down into a veritable clown show. But either way, a timeout has been called. What are we doing? Okay. It is definitely one of the games, maybe of all time, but finally, face-off going to commence. It's Gray. GamerGeek once again facing off in that circle. It's going to be GamerGeek who wins it off again, but Xander just sends it forward for It's Gray. It's Gray might just take the same shot one more time, but this time the defense is actually standing in front of the puck. Amazing what that does for your defensive prowess. Chaotic Lemon gets that hit away, and Chaotic Lemon called on again to stop the pressure that Xander is providing. Hits him down, but that one is just too far out of the reach. And Chaotic Lemon's going to have to give that one up. Oh my god, Gamer Geek just is holding P3 for whatever reason. And he gets a free shot off that. Nice save, though, for Gillen. Now it's Chaotic Lemon in the corner. Trying to battle with It's Gray. It's Gray, nice pullback. It's Gray takes the shot. It's Gray. It's going to go off the post and across the goal. Not close, but Chaotic Lemon gets beaten right there. Gamer Geek is trying to score on his own goal, apparently. Gamer Geek has lost all sense of time right now. All-Star Game does things to people. What can I say? And finally, Gamer Geek is going to regain control of the puck, but a penalty has been called. Nixes, the referee, is not sorry. He's sick of this nonsense. He's causing penalties. He's calling them, and It's Gray is going to have to shamefully take his seat in the box. A hit will be called, and an interference will be the play. A face-off, and it's going to be Praynex going to be called upon to break this one down with Dragon Ball Z and Ham facing them down. Dragon Ball Z trying to find the pullback, but Praynex just jumps over the puck, gets a pullback of their own, and now gains control, gets it past both. Praynex tries to get the shot, but Ham is going to finally be able to hit it away, but Praynex is dominating this power play. He's giving up control, though. Dragon Ball Z wide open shot, but Gillen all the way out of their net, perfectly spacing that so the P3 doesn't go through the hitbox. That's beautiful, and Praynex back on the offense, but the defense from the East has been solid. No, Praynex tried to do it again. Pullback, saved. Dragon Ball Z finally gets that one away. Good shots. Ham, he's got the shot, but It's Gray just comes out in time. 1 second later, it would have been disaster, but Ham can't get the shot off because It's Gray gets the back check. There's the pullback. That's not advised, but Dragon Ball Z makes it work anyway. Dragon Ball Z wide open 1v1, tries to trip out Gillen, but Gillen isn't buying it. Hits that one away, and the rebound is not going to be good. Ham now in the corner, sending it forward. Slot pass is just not far enough. Now It's Gray's going to take the free shot, but DeBrando says, thank you very much. I need my breakfast, and I need it now. Praynex is going to take that puck away, and now the battle is going to continue on the boards. TBH Silence battling with two. A little bit of messy line changes coming out, but Adam RC finally going to be able to hit that one away. Tries to get it past one of them. Adam RC, though, that's a nice pass over to FDWZ, and FDWZ is just not able to get anything going with that. And with TBH Silence on the puck, you've got to be afraid. It's the offense-defense split. Some of these stars love playing offense, and some of these stars are more comfortable doing it both ways. TBH Silence is very much a one-way player. This guy is offense, all gas, no brakes with it. And if you let TBH Silence run wild on your team, he will run wild as TBH Silence takes a chunk out of FDWZ. Ref did not see that one. The eyes must have been closed. Oh my god, it's a nice slot block from Adam RC against Imperial. It's Adam RC running it forward. DeBrando doesn't know exactly where it needs to be positioned, but luckily the save from, man, I can't even read these names. Imperial is going to be able to get that save. Imperial on the other side, and TBH Silence going to take that puck up onto the boards, gets it past one, but FDWZ is still able to cause problems trying to get that shot, but that's a big old whiff, and TBH Silence trying to take advantage, but defense is just a little bit too solid. 4-2 is the score line with 2 minutes left. TBH Silence battling. Adam RC trying to do anything about this one, but here comes the big man. TBH Silence tries to do that post-abuse trick again. This time the defense is going to lock down, and Gillen is going to be called upon all too often not to block one of those. TBH Silence trying to do anything. TBH Silence, and now called upon to play some defense, but Puppets Blade already scored one. Can he do it again? No, can do, because Gamer Geek on the defense. TBH Silence on very low stamina needs to get back to the bench, and that's exactly where they'll be going. That's maybe the last we'll see. Oh my god, TBH Silence is still out. He ran over to the bench, and he decided to not leave. Okay, never mind. He's balling, I guess. Puppets Blade, pull back, Puppets Blade! Wide open! Gets him, just walks it past the Brando! I thought he was gonna rip that one. Puppets Blade, styling and wiling on these goaltenders. He says, what's up to Brando? Oh my goodness.
I just came back.
Did you see that? Did you see that Puppets Blade goal? Oh my god, that was nasty.
Wow.
NL'd that man instantaneously, brother. That's crazy.
Isn't that his second of the night?
It is his second of the night. I know. I'm so surprised too. Puppets Blade, not the man you would expect to score 2 of the night, but after that pullback takeaway, just walks it past the other goalie. Oh my god, DeBrando has to be face palming so hard right now. Man, oh man, Puppets Blade.
Oh, a fight coming out.
FTWZ and Gamer Geek, they're both battling. They're both going at it. All the teams getting involved. Everybody wants a part of this fight, but Gamer Geek and FTWZ are the only names that matter. FTWZ trying to get a hit on Gamer Geek. Gamer Geek can't quite find FTWZ. Another hit is going to come through, but it's going to be FTWZ who's going to take it, and Gamer Geek, he's going to be sent to the box in shame. I'm back.
Dang.
Please take it away.
All right, face off here as Xander tries to play it up and get the goal, but DeBrando's skating now. That's technically against the rules, but who cares? Dragon Ball Z in net. Dragon Ball Z looking to save that shot, but that shot didn't even meet him. Kakalin getting it up to DeBrando's. Puppet's Blade will be facing off against him. Kakalin trying to look for a shot himself. Can he take it? Yes, he does. Almost a tap in for DeBrando, but he doesn't get it. A little bit of bunching here. But Puppet's Blade able to get it out for his team. Kakalin looking for a pullback shot. He almost gets it in. That'll hit the post and go wide. DeBrando trying to forecheck for this puck. I think he's desperately looking for a goal. Xander taking a shot, easily saved by Dragon. DeBrando with a breakaway, and he whiffs on the puck, and there's a penalty on the home team.
That penalty better be a shot, a free shot, and it should be DeBrando taking that free shot. But it will be, it's Gray going to the... Hey, you know what? Maybe this is the fabled DeBrando goal we are hoping for.
Let's see. There are... everyone is on the ice.
Well...
And line brawl ensues.
I guess that's how it ends, huh?
Yeah.
Either way, Ginger Boy, it's been a pleasure talking to you over this bit of a joke, this bit of a meme of a game that we got going on here in the All-Star game, East versus West. I believe it will be the West that's going to take it, if I'm reading colors correctly.
North to south.
North to south? Oh, man.
South taking it.
I am a bum. South will take it 5-2, but don't leave. Actually, do leave. Well, you know, come back at a later date because playoffs round 1 starting very soon. What we know so far, it's probably going to start December 4th. But you know what? Plans are still being made, so we have no idea. Either way, I've been Sheepo03. And that's been Ginger Boy. We're signing off.